Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 10 of Season 2 here in the Newcastle career mode. I think it's safe to say I lost my head in the last one and got rather heated behind the controller, so to speak. And unfortunately, we didn't come away with good results in the last episode. We do have some good youngsters here. Telmo Gerardo looks like he could grow into a decent CDM. Hopefully his physicals start to grow sooner rather than later. Elliot Phillips' physicals are growing, and well too. 80 acceleration, 72 sprint speed, 82 agility, 81 balance already look pretty decent. Technically, oh no, there is potentials, aren't they? Not what his current stats are. Oh, I schooled myself. Oh, 90... His potential is narrowed from 86 to 94 to 92 to 94. Declan Jackson. Well, sir, you most certainly will be involved when you make the step up to being 16 years of age. I don't know as you actually make a step up in age, do you? As soon as you turn 16, I'm calling you up, mate. We'll have to wait and see what Elliot Phillips' actual stats look like so that I don't fool myself. Brandon Cook looks like he could be decent, though. 79 to 93 is potential. Wait and see how he develops and how his potential window narrows. But we've Arsenal today, followed by Bournemouth, followed by Chelsea. So things did not go well against Manchester City, and they're not getting any easier today. Arsenal away, Bournemouth at home, Chelsea away. So two huge games away from home in London. And I'm not expecting to do well in either of them. But who knows what will happen. We're currently 6th in the table, so we can't complain too much. Although we are starting to fall away from the European spots. You can see they were 4 points behind a cluster of teams that are on 24 when we're on 20. So trying to close that gap is important. We don't want to fall too far away from the European spots too early. Otherwise, we'll find ourselves in a situation last year where we've not much to play for at the end of the season. We're in the thick of it right now. And some positive enough results today will keep us in the thick of it as well as we head towards the January transfer window, which is only 2 days away now. But first up, Arsenal away from home. Here's Arsenal's starting lineup. Checking goal. 4 at the back. Bayerine, Rob Holding, Mustafi and Bramall at left back. I don't know who he is. Ramsey and Torreira holding, so solid in the midfield. Meunier at right wing. Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang on the left with Lacazette up top. It's a strong team. Slightly defensive on the right-hand side with Meunier, but he's got decent attacking ability, so he still will be an issue. And Bayerine on the overlap always is a problem to deal with for a left-back. So we'll see how we get on here against Arsenal. It's a strong 11 they've put out. Evidently, Aaron Ramsey signed a new deal as well, as his contract was expiring towards the end of last season. We thought about signing him on a free. We didn't, and he stayed at Arsenal. Henrik Mkhitaryan gets that forward to Lacazette here, but Jamal Lascelles will get the tackle in. We started off by defending solidly enough. Hopefully we can continue that for the majority of the game. Torreira pushing forward. Oh, it's a lovely ball through the gap. Ramsey got there ahead of the goalkeeper. Oh, kicked. That's your fault, Ches. Ramsey very nearly squeezed it under the keeper. And he's done very well there to Dubravka to get something on it. And I've tried to clear that down the line. And I've kicked it straight at Aubameyang. Straight at Aubameyang. A gift for Arsenal. My fault. Salvio back to Zakaria. Switched out to Chilwell. Zakaria is inside. That's who the ball was intended for. We will find him. And Bayerine shows good strength there actually against Zakaria, who I would have thought would have outmuscled Hector quite comfortably. Here's Aaron Ramsey out to Bayerine. I've seen no sign of Meunier on this right-hand side, right mid. It's all been Hector Bayerine pushing forward. On the overlap, Lacazette brings that down well. Wagner outmuscles him, but fairly so. And this time, I am able to clear it properly. Kennedy gets a foot in there and will keep possession. And we could be away here. I would kind of wanted to play it into Ruben Loftus-Cheek first before going out to the winger, so as to manipulate their defensive line and offer Salvio as much space as possible. Meunier with the effort, Dubravka with the save. I'm getting there with my build-up play. I just haven't yet been able to get the right ball at the right time. That's a very nice ball, looking for Kennedy. Oh, and he hasn't quite been able to take it in his stride, but he has got away from Bayerine. It's a decent delivery, and Mustafi has to head behind for a corner. Come on, boys. Salvio with the ball in. It's a decent delivery, but not to anyone, unfortunately. Ben Chilwell will recover the ball. Inside there to Kennedy. Around the corner to Zakaria. Into the path of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He spilled it, but gets it the second attempt, Petr Cech. 23 minutes in. Still 1-0 Arsenal, but we are fighting back. So much so that we might yet have one more opportunity before the end of this highlight, but no. That's not to be. No, we might well be. Free kick for us on the edge of the box. I don't know, as I have a free kick specialist. 64 free kick accuracy for Salvio, who's been put on this. Do I have anyone else with better? Is it just Maximilian Philip with 68? Yeah, but Salvio has better curve. I might not shoot, actually. I'll lay this off. Maximilian Philip will get it around the corner there to Ruben. Oh, that could have dropped kindly. Varga ends up on the floor. It was on target. It was a decent effort from Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but unfortunately, Arsenal's defensive line had too many bodies in the way. Oh, but they've given that away. Zakaria will turn here. Look for Iosi on his left. Perez! Penalty! Oh, I had to hold my breath. I wasn't sure what was going on there. The keeper made a great save. Iosi Perez on his left foot scored a number of goals on that left-hand side of his body in his career with us. Even though his right foot's stronger, the shot had gone, but it was still a nasty late challenge from Hector Bellerin, and we have the opportunity from the penalty spot to equalise. Maximilian Philip. Penalty saved by Petr Cech. It continues to evade me, this equalising goal. Meunier down the right, early ball in, headed away by Wan-Bissaka, headed away again by Zakaria, but only as far as Torreira. Oh, it's a lovely ball through. Aubameyang deflected and off the bar, I think. Oh, don't need to see a replay of that penalty, thank you very much. That deflection very nearly took it into the back of the net. Cross comes in, Mustafi's underneath it, Dubravka with a save and a wave from Jamal Lascelles, but only as far as Torreira. Here's Aubameyang. Mkhitaryan, Torreira don't foul him and give away a penalty. Yes, Jamal, he's done well there. Counter-attack. Zakaria out to Salvio. Inside. Oh, it's nicely done. And Kennedy in space again on the left-hand side. Oh, Bellerin's going to have the pace to get to me. Here's Iosi Perez. There's the equalising goal. We couldn't do it from the penalty spot, but we have done it from open play. What a game this is. Unbelievable. Frantic entertainment. At the Emirates, it's 1-1 and 3.5 minutes before half-time. It's been an extremely entertaining game and a great finish from Perez, top quality. Varga breathing a big sigh of relief. I'm breathing a big sigh of relief. To Torreira, to Mkhitaryan. It's a nice ball to Bramall. Looking for Aubameyang. He's less threatening out wide, I have to say, Aubameyang. If he was playing centrally, I'd be a lot more worried about the way that he plays. Salvio in there to Philip. If I can get it back to Salvio, we might stand a chance, and we have done that well. We've got options inside, one of which is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. The ball will reach Kennedy, who spun well, but Bellerin tackles with it. He hasn't cleared it well, and Iosi knocks that down. Philip. Salvio. Eduardo Salvio. Ooh! Just wide of the target. Cheek around the corner to Maximilian Philip. There to Salvio. On the overlap here is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I've got a number of people in the middle to look for. Oh, big long leg from Mustafi. Stops me from getting it into a teammate. Ramsey forward to Aubameyang. Back down to Mkhitaryan. Aubameyang there again. Oh, he's done me by not actually moving there. Bramall. Inside. There's a bit of space here for Ramsey. And Lacazette will find Mkhitaryan, who tends to score against me whenever we play Arsenal. It's just occurred to me, seeing him on the ball there in that sort of position has made me remember a couple of firm top bin strikes that he's put in against me so far on FIFA 19. Chilwell does well there. We'll get it forward looking for Philip, but it's a poor pass. Torreira will come forward with it and then switch it here to Bramall. This is probably the most entertaining game we've played for a while in this career mode. At least it feels that way playing it. Oh, it's Mkhitaryan again! Arsenal 2, Newcastle 1. It just squirms free in the middle as we're trying to get tackles in. And then a small little ball to Mkhitaryan. Get a tackle in there, and then there, and then there. And it still bobbles free. And it's a good finish on his left foot from the Armenian. He does it again. Mkhitaryan does it again. 2-1 Arsenal. Free kick for Arsenal. Aubameyang's going to take it. They're taking off Bramall at left back. They've brought on Socrates. Whether that will strengthen them at wing back or weaken them at wing back, I'm not entirely too sure. It's a nice turn by Philip. In there to Ayoze. And Torreira. Oh, it would have been a really nice move as well. Looking for the ball through there for Lacazette, but it's a simple interception for Jamal Lascelles. Kennedy, that's a foul. Oh, I'm trying my hardest here against Arsenal. I just can't quite seem to get this second goal. Whether it was to go 2-1 in front myself or now, as it happens, to equalise in the second half. It just hasn't quite come for me. We're going to rue that missed penalty in the first half, perhaps. I don't know what sort of pass that was from Salvio. Kicked it straight, basically, into the path of the Arsenal man. Here's Aaron Ramsey. Cross to Oyarzabal, who's come off the bench. Lucas Torreira. Ramsey. Out to Bayern. Lacazette, that was extravagant. Flicking it up and going for the shot. Wagner gets the block on it. Corner for Arsenal. Oyarzabal will deliver it on his left foot. They might go short to Torreira. They haven't. Headed away by Salvio. Who's going to get to this first? It may well be Ayoze Perez. It is Ayoze Perez. Can we switch this all the way out to Kennedy? It's a good ball. Ramsey got there first. Kennedy getting to his feet. Chilwell into Philip. Little flick there to Perez. And we do have the chance here. Wan-Bissaka, I'm going to drive centrally to try and bring Socrates towards me. This is what we've done well. Now, Eduardo Salvio, I need a good delivery. It is a good delivery. Petr there. Zakaria will win this header. Down to Wan-Bissaka. Back to Zakaria. Kennedy in space. Kennedy again. Kennedy does it again. 2-2 in the 91st minute. What a game against Arsenal. Pure entertainment here in game number 1. If we can get a win against Bournemouth and then put this sort of performance in against Chelsea, we might well be on for a very good episode. Oh, what could have been with a missed penalty as well. We might well have won the game had that gone in. I tried to dupe Petr by getting him to commit to a side, and it didn't work. He just stood firm and made the save. Oh, we've rescued a point though. 2-2 against Arsenal in one of the most entertaining, action-filled games we've played all season. Up next is a game against Bournemouth at home before we make the trip back down to London to play Chelsea. Let's see if we can't... Okay. Let's see if we can't get 3 points against Bournemouth.
The win.
Newcastle United's lineup. Into Salvio. 1-2. It's just occurred to me that I skipped the team lineups, so let me pause it now and show you. Bournemouth, their starting lineup is Begovic in goal, Rico, Cook, Flavio and Smith, Brooks, Lerma, Harriata and Chayachua? I have no idea how to pronounce that name. Del Valle at centre forward with Alex Teixeira up top, who's a dangerous striker, was up with the league's top goal scorers last year, so we're going to have to be wary of him. Quick, technical Brazilian. I have no idea who their right-side midfielder is. Let me have a look on this particular menu. What is his name? How do I... Aitif Chayachua. You tell me. I'm not a clue how to pronounce that. Moving forward, though, I'd like 3 points here. We're at home. Oh, and Bournemouth are most certainly tough opposition, but not as tough a test as Arsenal were or Chelsea will be. So, 3 points on the agenda here, please. Go on, Eduardo. Power in with your acceleration. And then stand across into the middle for the defender to head clear, evidently. Dribble off his cheek. Squeeze it through there. Oh, nearly made it, but not quite. Oh, it might not be over yet. Might not be over yet. Philip. Kennedy. Trying to cause problems again. Back to Chilwell. Oh, good tackle. That might be their throw, actually. It is. Oh, nice ball around the corner to Del Valle. Good tackle by Wagner. Bissaka to Loftus-Cheek to Salvio. Here comes the ball. Moving forward quickly. Phillips there. Salvio's there. Just squeezed off to him. It's actually Ayoze Perez. Salvio drifted elsewhere. Kennedy could be up for that header. Here's Eduardo Salvio. Dribble Loftus-Cheek. There's Ayoze. Is anyone going to run? Well, Ruben did, but he just ran straight at the opposition. Oh, Zakaria! Oh, couldn't squeeze his shot off in time. Good save by Begovic. Loftus-Cheek into Philip. Around the corner quickly to Ozzy Perez. He's kind of come from nothing this move. Perez is going to need the pace. Oh, and the strength. He's not got either. Cleared away by the defender. Chilwell can win this header, though. He's done well. Philip's up. Go for a 1-2. Oh, but Philip can't get to it. Cleared away. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time. Come frustratingly close on a couple of occasions now. Sakari has done well to win that back. Ozzy can make me a good run. Philip has. Drops the shoulder. Maximilian Philip. Good save by Begovic again. Corner will be the action to end the half. Wagner's up. Oh, but he can't head it on target. 0-0 at the break. Salvio. Forward to Ozzy Perez. Philip's there. Teixeira. Inside to Lerma. This is good football from Bournemouth. Brooks to Del Valle. Just managed to squeeze that away. Brooks could look for Del Valle again. Oh, the ball roll's done me. Jamal Lascelles with a good header. Why have you gone to ground? Oh my lord, I don't know what's going on. Wagner will get it away. They didn't have a single shot in the first half, Bournemouth. Oh, and Kennedy's clean through. Come on, Kennedy. Flavio's closing me down. Kennedy! Finish! Player of the season already. Kennedy. He is leading the way for this Newcastle side. Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 0. We finally make the breakthrough. His pace is too much for them to handle, and the space in behind gaping for him to race into. And thankfully, his finishing's good enough on this occasion. 1-0. We lead. Deserved as well on the balance of play. Lerma. Nice tackle by RLC. He's done brilliantly there. Get the ball in there to Ayoze. Get it quickly up to Salvio. Just knock it back and hope that Eduardo makes the run forward again, which he's done well. And he's onside here, I believe. Just. Nice turn inside. There's Philip. Maximilian Philip. Good save by Begovic. He's denied me a number of times now in this game, the Bosnian. We could be out of sight as far as Bournemouth are concerned. As far as I can recall, they haven't had a chance on goal yet, and we did that against Manchester United and got a good 3-0 victory. Oh, it's terrible. Nicely done by Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It looks like we're doing the same sort of job on Bournemouth as we did on Man United, but obviously you would expect it more so against Bournemouth than you would the Manchester side, but both Manchester clubs are struggling so far this season. Alex Teixeira could be in to actually have Bournemouth's first chance of the game. Cross is good. The cell heads away. Iozi's trying to get there. He got to the touch, but he's only knocked it to Harry Arter. Could have a shot here. Callum Wilson's come off the bench for Bournemouth. It's a great turn. Teixeira's there. Oh, Dubravka save! Wow! Right in front of him. What reactions! Dubravka, great ball into Teixeira. The volley's superb and well. Unbelievable from Dubravka. That is top class. Let's bring John Joe Shelby on in the midfield. I'm actually going to bring Toby Mitchell on out wide on the left. Give him a bit of a run out. See if his 5-star skills can come in handy as Kennedy's stamina starts to fall down. Get rid. Philip does well. Cook trying to cause us problems from the secondary phase. That's safe. An easier save for Dubravka this time around. Oh, how he kept out that Teixeira volley, I've not too much clue, to be honest. Or Mitchell trying to trick himself past Smith, but it didn't quite work. 10 minutes to go. We still lead by a goal to 0. We're still on course for 3 points. Wasn't particularly good from Dubravka, but found its target, and Salvio could take this in his stride, which he unfortunately hasn't done. Philip. Oh no! Iozi, that touch. That touch was so bad. Teixeira's actually won that header against Jamal Lascelles there, and Jordan Ibe could try and set something up on the counter. There's not long left, but if they equalise now, I probably won't have a chance to go and get a goal to go ahead again. Callum Wilson played in. Cross comes in. It's decent. Wan-Bissaka's there to clear away. Try and commit the defender. Iozi didn't quite turn it past him well enough. That's a loose touch from Lerma, but it's still close enough to him for him to recover possession. We're into stoppage time. We did it against Arsenal. Are Bournemouth about to do it against me? Lerma, I cannot tell you his... Ooh, he just kept that in. Cannot tell you his thinking in doing that right there, because that has subsequently lost them the opportunity to equalise. A victory against Bournemouth, a deserved victory, but they might well have stolen a point with that Tejera chance. Dubravka earns himself the match, I think, with just that one save. Although Kennedy had a very, very good game, obviously getting the goal to win it for us. A good way to go into the game against Chelsea. We are 5th and up into the Europa League spots. Chelsea are 11th. Manchester City now up to 12th as well, so at least improving slightly on their terrible season so far. And Bournemouth is up to 63 now, which is good news as well. Everybody continuing to grow youngster-wise. This is great news. And we'll head into the game against Chelsea in some decent form. Chelsea starting lineup. Kepa in goal. How strong is their team going to be? Azpilicueta, David Luiz, Ezekiel Garay and Matt Target at left back. Bakayoko, Van Ginkel and Kante in the midfield. That's decent strength. Willian, Taylor Crossdale and Eden Hazard as the front three. On the bench, they've Morata, Barkley, Giroud, Jorginho. Strong Chelsea team, but a couple of interesting additions, including Taylor Crossdale and Matt Target. But we'll see how they get on. Nicely done by Salvio, just out muscling him. Oh, unfortunately Van Ginkel read that. Kante into Bakayoko. And the corner to Taylor Crossdale. And Aspi Willian. Oh, through the legs of Max, and it will reach Timu Bakayoko. Crosses it in. Oh, Wan-Bissaka gets in with a header, and Kennedy back defensively and again, but that might be a corner for Chelsea and is in the 12th minute. There's some tall people in this starting lineup. Given Max and Reyes a start here against Chelsea because they voiced their concerns midweek in the emails, letting me know that they're not happy with the amount of football that's being played, or that they're playing so far this season. Eden Hazard striking that high and wide, so I decided to give them a game here to try and appease them. If they play well, there's no reason why they can't continue to be in the starting lineup for a couple of games. Salvio inside to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Chelsea had the first chance of the game. Zakaria out wide here to Salvio. Wan-Bissaka will keep going. We've worked that well. And it's Iosi Perez in a bit of space, so I'll look for him. Cross is blocked well. Drops to Philip. Oh, that could drop to Perez, but it's cleared away. Win that. Well up, Ruben. And around the corner. Oh, Kennedy, that's poor. Both Kennedy and Ruben Loftus-Cheek playing against their former teams here. Oh, Kennedy in space again. Oh, look at the back post. I've overhit it. Can we keep it in, though? Yes. Wan-Bissaka, cross, decent ball. Oh, David Luiz has got the height against Ruben Loftus-Cheek to be able to head the ball away. We're threatening here, though. Christ, that touch from Jamal Lascelles. They're also threatening. Willian, Aspi, down the right-hand side. Nice tackle by Kennedy. Never mind. Bakayoko to Willian. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek steps in. Although the pass is wayward. It was meant for Max. It went towards Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Went towards someone else in the middle. Dubravka saved me against Bournemouth and has denied Chelsea the opportunity to score here as well. We do have one of the best defensive records in the league. And I think our goalkeeper is a big reason in that, as well as the rest of our defence. Occasionally make mistakes, a la Aubameyang against Arsenal earlier on today, but so far against Bournemouth, so far against Chelsea and against Bournemouth, we have stood firm. Down the line there nicely to Wan-Bissaka. Inside to Maximilian Philip. Oh, looking for the ball through for Iosi. He will find Kennedy, who can't find Iosi. Reyes. Oh, it's loose. No, it's not. It's decent. It looked like it was going to be loose. Wan-Bissaka inside. Salvio helps it on. Flick that round the corner to Maximilian Philip. Oh, he looked to bend it. Oh, given away. You squeeze that through there? No. Should know better than trying to squeeze a pass past N'Golo Kante, shouldn't I? Loftus-Cheek to Zakaria. Kennedy's available central. Oh, lovely turn by Iosi. Lovely save by fellow Spaniard Kepa. Corner to come in. Eduardo Salvio whips it well on the volley from Zakaria, but well wide. That's a nice turn. Nice little flick from Iosi too. Zakaria could get it back to a teammate in the central area. Oh, Maximilian Philip shows good strength, and Iosi could be onside here. Oh, save from Kepa. I think it might well have been going over anyway, but he just made sure. That's a decent delivery. It's a good solid header from Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well, but Kepa right behind it. We've had the better chances against Chelsea, but no goals as of yet. Try and close that down. Bakayoko does well. No, actually, he doesn't do well. Philip into Zakaria. Turns. Looks for Ozzy. Well intercepted by Ross Barkley. Oh, Chelsea taking risks at the back, though. Big risks, because they're giving it back to me again. And Iosi Perez gives us a 1-0 lead at Stamford Bridge in the 70th minute. I made the mistake against Arsenal to gift them the lead, and Chelsea have made the mistake here to gift me the lead. The CPU making the same sort of mistakes that I've been making in this save by being too loose with possession when building from the back. Lovely finish from Iosi from outside the area. We're in front. Kante driving into the gap, out to Willian. Oh, he's done me with that touch. Nice, he's done. Max steps in. Willian, the ball back to Aspi, back to the Brazilian. Good block by Max, but that will be out for a corner for Chelsea with 4 minutes to go. Timu Bakayoko going off. I'm going to make a change as well. Ruben Loftus-Cheek struggling for stamina, so I'm going to bring on Mo Diame just with the more physical presence. And then let's bring on Dwight Gale for Iosi Perez as well to maybe help with potential counter-attacks. I know Mo Diame's physical presence at the back here might help for this corner defence as well. Even Hazard to take it for them. It's whipped towards the near post, and it's actually Eduardo Salvio that heads away. Jorginho's come on for them. A number of players back, but will it be enough to keep them out? Aspi's not got too many options here, though he finds Willian. Marcel went up there, and it's going to drop to Wan-Bissaka, and we should hopefully be able to see the game out from here. How long is added on at the end of the game? Chelsea have been okay, but not good enough in this one. Oh, that would have sent Wan-Bissaka away down the right-hand side. Just seconds remain. Chelsea going to have to be urgent, and they're not urgent enough going sideways. Game over. A win for us at Stamford Bridge. Mid-table Chelsea fall to the winning Newcastle. We beat Bournemouth as well, and we drew against mid-table Arsenal. With the form of these larger sides, it's no surprise we're getting the results that we are. And we have drastically improved as a team since last year. We are currently sat second in the table, although, as you can see, Wolves, Leicester, Manchester United, Everton, all have games in hand on us. So we could drop down 1, 2, 3, 4, as far as 6th, should they win those games in hand. But for the time being, we shall enjoy being second. Liverpool top and can extend their lead up there as well. Manchester City up to 14th now, as the big guns start to recover. Chelsea 11th, Arsenal 10th, Spurs 9th, Manchester United now up to 6th with that game in hand. In fact, Spurs, Arsenal and City all have games in hand as well. That was Chelsea's match day 16 though. So as we head towards the transfer window with 2 games tomorrow, I'm not sure what to do in the transfer window because we're having a good season. So I'm not sure where to strengthen, particularly because we've got these young kids coming through. And I don't want to buy too many players in to deny them the opportunity to get involved in the first team. I'd still like to move on Mo Diame. Muto will be leaving us. In fact, Mo Diame's leaving us as well, isn't he, I think? Or is he... Someone's got another transfer going through at the beginning of January. I'll have a quick check, actually, on the squad hub. Let's see. Muto is definitely leaving us. Is Mo Diame going as well? Where are you, Mo? Mo Diame, where the hell are you? I was retiring at the end of the season, so it doesn't matter what happens to Mo Diame. He's still going to be there. But Muto is going to join Real Betis when the window opens. And I genuinely don't know what to do in the transfer window because the team looks good. We'll have a closer look at it in tomorrow's episode because there'll only be 2 games as we head towards the window. We have, in tomorrow's episode, games against Palace and Huddersfield, which hopefully we should be winning. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. And I'll see you next time.